Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at Matic, seeing what's going on. I got a request from our community here. Let's see here who was asking for this. K-Kroll and Swifty. Thank you very much for the request. Absolutely jumping right on that. Quick congrats to our community members too over this weekend who took some nice profit from Matic, ETH, Bitcoin, and what was it, ICP. These are all shorts in play. We have some longs, of course, too, but not really all that much. I think we've got 2 longs open at this point, and both are looking kind of close to break even. So again, just big picture, they don't hit their targets right away. Don't stress out, folks. Swing trades are swing trades. They're meant to be held for longer periods of time. While we've been getting pretty lucky lately to hit their swing trades within 24 to 48 hours, most swing trades happen within days or weeks. So please understand that. Anyways, taking a look here at Matic, what I want to talk about here is the back end data. Let's go ahead and see what's going on and just double check a few key factors. So when we look at Matic here, we're looking at a pretty significant amount of liquidation above the price action right now. Okay, so that's a very, very good sign for longs, just based on the simple fact that that's typically a gravitational force to get liquidation in that direction. Okay, basically, I don't know if it's just, I don't know why whales do that, but for some reason, they tend to push the price action in that direction to go ahead and wipe out any potential, resistance, so to speak. And that's funny thing is, oftentimes those levels are right at specific key level resistances on the charts too. So when I say the word resistance, it's kind of a multi-use there. But if we look here, 86 cents rather, 86.3 is essentially the level there. So what we want to double check is a few key factors there with that. And let me go ahead and see where we're at here first. So let's get a baseline on the overall sense here. We're testing the 100-day SMA, we're below the 20, running concurrent with this descending trend, which is all the more reason why we want to respect the 20-day SMA and just understand that that's typically, I wouldn't say a bearish sign, but we're not breaking bullish, so to speak, on the daily time frame until we're above that level. Okay, we've been under it for almost 7 to 10 days. Okay, so getting above that would be important. That's kind of hanging out right there at that resistance about 8.4, but 8.3 is that liquidation level. So if we just kind of put that on the charts, this is where all that liquidation is hanging out. Okay, so it's a little ways away. I wouldn't expect that level to be swept immediately because we do have some resistances in place, but generally speaking here, we're kind of right in that middle ground on the daily time frame, letting us know we're not bearish or bullish. We can see here, of course, we got a stochastic swing to the upside that just occurred here in the last 24 hours. That's fantastic. Money flow index and RSI are kind of hanging out right there at 35, 40-ish range. And once again, if we take a look here at the MACD, it's losing momentum, but it hasn't converged yet either. Okay, so again, all the more reason to just kind of respect the fact that, Matic is neither bullish or bearish on the daily time frame. It is giving us indications it wants to retest this descending trend, but until we break above that trend line and the 20-day SMA, I'm not super convinced the price is going to run. Now, we could rally until then. Obviously Bitcoin does fairly well over the next 48 hours. We can see the price action hit that level quite quickly. But between now and then, we want to focus on what's realistic here, and we were under most moving averages, just peaked up over the 20-day SMA. While it's good to be above the 20, and that's a good little trend setter, kind of letting us know, we can see here pretty clear as day, we're getting rejected right there at about 79.6. So there's a pretty obvious line in the sand there saying, hey, you cannot establish higher highs and higher lows just yet. We have a resistance in place. Okay, so it could imply that we're going to be range bound for a little while, but it also could imply that if we break through that, it'll be a new support and potentially kick us off to the next level. Okay, so we'll double check that. I'll update the fibs here in a moment. I'll just go ahead and send that out on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I provide playout charts daily, so make sure you check that out in your own time. But for right now, what I want to look at here on the 4-hour time frame is kind of where we're at here on RSI. We're getting rejected by 50 on the RSI too. Okay, so oftentimes you will see resistance level on the charts concurrent with 50 on the RSI. That's why I kind of emphasize the importance of being above 50 on the RSI on the 4-hour, because it really helps us understand, hey, this momentum has tentatively shifted from bearish to bullish. Okay, we take a look at stochastic. It is swinging to the downside now because it had a nice little momentous uptrend here recently. So, if we were to take a look at TD sequential, specifically on the hourly, we'll see an overextension there. Same thing here as well. We're at a 9 on the 4-hour. Oftentimes when you're overextended leading into a resistance, the price will pull back to establish, hopefully, a higher low and then a higher high. Okay, that's what we're looking for here, but I wouldn't be surprised or I'd be remiss if the price just continues up from here. But again, overextension is an interesting thing because a lot of times you can go right into a resistance level, and overextension, it doesn't even matter. It pushes you even further almost because it's overextended. But the fact that we had this little large candle wick there, essentially kind of giving us that somewhat of a gravestone doji candle. That tells me that we might be due for a slight correction. Okay. However, all that being said, take a look at the hourly. Let's quickly confirm, see where we're at here. This could be a shift in momentum, which it is. We can see that we have officially broken above the cloud. Now, if you take a look at its history here, Matic has yet to have been above the cloud in this descending trend, at least this most recent time frame from January 11th till now. So that's 10 days of time underneath the cloud. Now that we've broken above that level, we have that sense and security in knowing that, hey, we're on the right side of this shorter time frame tracks, which is good, right? And that'll translate to larger time frame, confirmations. Okay. So again, this is a good little start. I don't love the fact that we're overextended leading into this resistance level, but we can see this little healthy correction, healthy pullback makes sense. If we take a look at see your fair value and long liquidity, nothing crazy there. We can double check a couple things too as well with overextension on the hourly, and we can see we hit a 9 and then a 7. And then previous to that, an 8. So we've been pretty much running for a good 36 hours, 36 to 72 hours is a rough estimate, in the same upward direction. Okay. Now, if we take this and we compare this with Bitcoin, take a look at this chart here, and then look at this guy here. It's a much better chart. Okay. So again, it's not to say that the price of Matic won't pull back if Bitcoin corrects itself, because you take a look at this here, one correction from Bitcoin, which, mind you, the percent correction was roughly 3%. We saw a, drum roll please, a 7% correction from Matic. Okay, so all the more reason to be careful with your leverage. That's why we use low leverage and low position sizing in our trades. You don't have to do that. People can be very successful with high leverage. It's just that you have to kind of monitor it closely. You can't just set a 50x trade and take off and come back and hope that it works out. It's never truly going to work out in your favor all the time. All right, so you just got to pay closer attention to it. However, if you're a little bit more casual like myself, you like to set it and forget it, low leverage is king. Honestly, it makes perfect sense. So in this case here, if you already use any kind of leverage, we'd recommend a little bit lower just to ensure we hit that confirmation first, because a pullback would make sense if Bitcoin does retrace. And Bitcoin honestly is kind of just at that funky weekend behavior right now, not really doing a whole heck of a lot. So we really don't have enough data to understand if Bitcoin's going to go or not, which is all the more reason why you haven't seen me send out a lot of signals, because truth is we're in this transitionary time frame from Bitcoin. It could either go up or down, and if it does, even a 2 to 3% correction, which isn't much when you think about it, it leads to a large correction from altcoins. So just some friendly advice there. So at this point here, I would say that it's looking bullish on the hourly, and the 4 hours looking pretty convincing. We just haven't broken through that key level resistance yet, which on the charts here is roughly there at about 79.6. Yeah, so that's the level I'm going to want to see a closure above before I can have a little bit more confirmation or confidence in taking a long position. But I'll keep an eye on this one here. It's definitely looking like a decent option. But tell you what, though, we're getting close to this descending trend breakout. We can get, just say 24, 48 hours from now. The price is right here. I think there's a pretty solid chance we're going to see the price move forward from there. All right, folks, that's all we got here. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you reference Bitunix, link down below for that. Phenomenal exchange, no KYC, no VPN. Be sure to register with them. They have a trading competition active right now, but if you use my link to register, you'll be eligible for all of our private trading competitions within our community. It'll be community specific, so be sure to check that out. Also, if you're not already part of our community, jump on over to our Discord. We've got a really, really cool group of folks over here. It's not just signals, it's interacting with just some really awesome high-level traders, and it's kind of a lot of fun. I tell you, it's really cool. So thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.